Guess who the Biden administration is turning to in order to craft its domestic terrorism strategy? The Southern Poverty Law Center. At least, that's what newly leaked video appears to suggest. The clip you're about to watch was given over exclusively to the Daily Signal, which is the media arm of the Heritage Foundation. And in it, you can see the SPLC president, Margaret Huang, telling donors during a closed-door 2021 fundraising meeting, well, this.
And I can tell you that we've had many agencies in the new Biden administration reaching out to solicit our expertise and our knowledge and information to help shape the policies that the new administration is adopting to counter the domestic terrorism threat.
Joining us now to discuss the seriousness of this development is Tyler O'Neill, the managing editor of the Daily Signal. Tyler, thanks for being here tonight.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Great. So explain for us that video we just watched and why it's so important.
Yeah, so this is Margaret Huang, who is the president of the Southern Poverty Law Center. The Southern Poverty Law Center is a far-left smear factory that has long put conservative and Christian organizations, mainstream organizations that win Supreme Court cases and advised former President Donald Trump, put them on a map with chapters of the Ku Klux Klan, calling them hate groups or anti-government extremist groups, and clearly suggesting that they have the same sort of hate and represent the same sort of violent domestic threat that the KKK represented back in the 1920s in its heyday.
And I know you have also this up on your website, the Daily Signal, and you're putting videos out about it, and it is so concerning. A quote here that you have, you say, if what Huang told donors is true, it proves what so many conservatives have suspected. Their own government views them as a domestic terror threat. Can you elaborate on that point?
Yeah, so President Biden has repeatedly said that the biggest threat to American democracy right now is, the MAGA extremists. And he gave this speech, he made that statement when he was standing in front of Constitution Hall in Philadelphia. And this is the kind of thing, like if you see he had a red, white, and blue background, and in the middle was red. So he looked like Supreme Leader Snoke, delivering this order to say, we're going to silence my political opponents. And I mean, that imagery seems quite fitting for a man who is going out there and declaring that his political and ideological opponents are a threat to the nation. And he's consistently said this sort of thing. And by the way, the White House advised the National School Boards Association when they sent that letter comparing concerned parents who were speaking up at school board meetings to domestic terrorists. And we later learned that the SPLC has been working with the Biden administration from the beginning, and the SPLC put concerned parents, put their organizations, parental rights groups, on the hate map with chapters of the KKK. And before that, they also said they compared concerned parents to the Uptown Klans in the 1950s who were trying to maintain segregation after the Brown v. Board of Education decision in 1954. And this is the kind of rhetoric that they're using to demonize those who disagree with them, those who oppose, radical racial lessons for children, saying that whites are inherently oppressors and blacks are inherently oppressed, those who oppose pornographic materials in school libraries. These people are considered the domestic terror threat by groups like the Southern Poverty Law Center. And Biden has been advising with them. He's been bringing his administration to speak to them about domestic terrorism as he crafts the laws by which Americans will be governed and the regulations increasingly that have pushed laws aside.